For the flying geese squares, you are going to need your pieces that are rectangular cut, as well as your squares that will become the corners of the flying geese after they're sewn on. So once you have these cut, you are going to take these squares that you have for the corners, and you're going to take a ruler and a pencil, and you are going to draw from corner to corner on the diagonal with your pencil on the wrong side of the fabric. After we have our drawn line on the squares, what we're going to do now is take this to the sewing machine, and we are going to stitch on this drawn line from corner to corner. Now, if you would like, this is a lot of excess, and we can save this for another project or maybe something else in the quilt. So what you can do is go ahead and draw another line 1/2 inch from the first drawn line. And then you will stitch on this secondary drawn line as well. So now I've sewn on both of the drawn lines. Again, that second line is optional, but it's a great way to get a fun little half square triangle left over, and you will have a bunch from your flying geese blocks. So what we are going to do is cut 1/4 inch from that first drawn line, and that will separate the two. Now you can set this aside and use it for another project. And you will want to take this and press this back. Once you have pressed that, you can go ahead and place your next square right on top of the edge of that rectangular piece. You will notice that my drawn line is from corner to corner, and it is going to overlap 1/4 inch on this flying geese, which will give you a perfect point on there. Again, if you want, you can go ahead and stitch 1/2 inch away from this drawn line to give you an extra half square triangle. So I have my 2 sewn lines, and again, that second one is optional, but I'm going to cut right down the center of that, or 1/4 inch from my first sewn line. I'm going to set this aside because now it's a half square triangle for another project. And what I'm going to do now is press this open. Now that this is pressed, what we want to do is just make sure that it's all squared up to the size that is mentioned in the pattern, and then we can go ahead and repeat the process with all of the other flying geese that are in this unit.